Good day and welcome back to Legend Knows Football TV. With the transfer window done and dusted behind us all, it's time to look at Chelsea and to see if Chelsea has done enough this transfer window to strengthen in key areas for this upcoming season, the season that we are in. Are we going to be able to push for the title? Are we going to be able to push Liverpool to the final day because they are considered the title favorites since signing Isak? Everyone has just been handing them the trophy. But I know the culture at Chelsea, the culture is that never say die attitude. We never give up, we fight until the end. Uh, yeah, so today we just want to check out the squad, see where we are, and the window started off great, but at the end, there was a whole lot of drama surrounding everything. But we have to keep on moving. It has closed. Deals were done. Deals were made. We lost out on some players. We made some signings that was not expected. Uh, uh, at least the Bueno Note deal, I didn't see that one coming. But we got him, and he seems like to be a decent player. So yeah, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you've been enjoying the content, and turn on your notification bell so you don't miss any uploads going forward. Without further ado, let's get into the squad. As you can see, we have 3 goalkeepers. An area that most of us thought we would see an improvement on. We would see a new goalkeeper coming in. I guess the owners had other plans. So we are stuck with Sanchez in goal this season at least. Jorgensen being the backup, and Nina also being our third choice goalkeeper. Sanchez seems to have improved a bit. He doesn't play around anymore behind with the ball. He tries to distribute as quick as possible, so that's actually quite good. But we conceded a goal in the Crystal Palace game, which I think he should have caught. The Paqueta goal in the West Ham game, maybe he should have gone with a different approach to try and make that save. The goal went in. It was a powerful shot from Paqueta, but we managed to win the game because of our quality at the end of the day. But I think Sanchez, it's just the little things. As long as he doesn't mess up behind unnecessarily, I think we can survive with him. Going further down the defense is that our fullbacks in terms of Cucurella and Joral Hato, I think that's going to be, with Cucurella being our starting left back, Joral Hato being the backup player. Very young, vibrant player. Still haven't seen him play quite for like minutes, like a lot of minutes in a game. So I still need to see that, but I think that he can be a great understudy. He can learn a lot from Cucurella. Tosin and Chaloba definitely have shown that partnership, defensive solidity. So far, we have only conceded 1 goal, and that was against West Ham. Although we also considered a goal that was scrapped off in the Fulham game. No, I think we actually conceded a couple of goals. Some of them were scrapped off by VAR. So there is some frailties in the defense, but you can see game by game how these two are actually building a strong relationship behind. Badiashile obviously being a backup player for the defense. Colwell also might come back in a few months' time after the injury. Wesley Fofana is also there. So we definitely have depth in defense for the season. James can be in the midfield. He can be in the right back position. Obviously, Mr. Reliable as always. Gasto seems to be also be becoming more part of the attack, being significant part of the attack going forward, and defensively not making any much more like I said, unnecessary mistakes. So he seems to also be maturing. But that's our defense in a nutshell. Pong had a great game in the game against Crystal Palace, where he faced up against not an easy opponent in Mateta. He handled that face off quite well with Mateta. So him also being a backup defender with the quality that he's shown is a big boost for us. Because injuries can take place any time of the season. That's why we can't say that Liverpool will run away with the title, because they can also get injuries. In our midfield, we have signed, obviously, Esugo and Andre Santos came back. Caicedo Lavia is also there, but he's still on injury. Caicedo we shouldn't overexert Moises Caicedo this season, so that's why we have signed Esugo to supplement Caicedo's role. And I think that Caicedo should only be used in the most important games this season. Esugo has shown that he can come up from the bench and contribute significantly in terms of defending and just keeping the game calm, cool, and collected in the midfield, not making unnecessary mistakes. He reminds me, like I said, of John Obi Mikel. Andre Santos also showed that if Enzo Fernandez doesn't perform quite well, we can bring him on also to fill in that role of Enzo Fernandez. So the midfield is quite stacked with quality players. So the signings that we made, I'm quite impressed by them so far. And then going forward, we can see that obviously we have signed Gittens, João Pedro, Garnacho, Mark Gui had to come back because of the Liam Delap injury. Liam Delap is also a signing that we got in this window. And Buenanote. Buenanote is said to be a backup player for Cole Palmer. So that's why I think we pulled out of the Xavi Simons deal, because of Xavi Simons wanted to be, I think, a starting player for Chelsea. But no one will replace Cole Palmer if Cole Palmer is fit, 100% fit. So that's why I think we went instead just got a lone player that will understand his role, is that he is a backup player. We can't pay 70 million for a player that will come sit on the bench. That is just not how you do business in football. But the thing I want to talk about lastly is, as we are heading into the striking positions, is that we are quite thin. If João Pedro gets injured, we are cooked. We are cooked, definitely, because not only is he the one banging in the goals, he is the only striker with loads of experience in the Premier League. Mark, we send out Mark to get experience under Sunderland, and now we brought him back as an understudy for João Pedro now, which means that Mark won't play as much as needed. As so, it will just be, we will struggle. We can't have João Pedro get injured. So that's the only part of the window that I think we did not finish off well, is the fact that we didn't go out and get another striker, because or we knew that Jackson wanted to go, or that Jackson wasn't part of the plan, that Enzo Maresca didn't see Jackson as being part of the squad for the season. So Jackson was on his way out, and we only had Liam Delap and João Pedro. I don't know how they decided not to make it a priority. Maybe they thought if Xavi Simons came in, he would be able to play as a false nine, or play as a striker up front. But we needed at least two out and out strikers. and they also loaned out Mark. So they knew that we only had João Pedro and Liam Delap. And Liam Delap got injured, and we had that whole saga with Jackson, you know, having to come back and then not his move falling through and all of that jazz. But now going forward, I think that's the only area that I can see us maybe providing problems for us this season. But as for the midfield, as you can see, we have the wingers. We have Garnacho, Willian, Neto, Tyreek George. I don't think he got a move, and Gittens obviously. So we are quite stacked in the wingers positions. If they can also just contribute to scoring goals, then we can do something this season. We can do significant damage to teams. We have seen that Liverpool, Man City, and Arsenal also got an injury to Saliba in the last game against Liverpool. So not everyone's defense is as solid as we we anticipated, and Liverpool only had a solid game against Arsenal because Arsenal doesn't want to attack, but definitely Chelsea will play a different game. Our team is set up differently. We can do damage to Liverpool. The only worry is that they have Alexander Isak. His movement in the box is difficult to track. He can shoot from outside the box. He can hit the ball. We don't have a very much tall defensive line, but the signings that we made, I will give our window a 8 out of 10. It would have been a 10 out of 10 if we sorted out the goalkeeper and the strike force. If we went all out in those two areas, I think we would have been a 10 out of 10 window. Let me know in the comments below what you think of the Chelsea transfer window now that it's done. And leave a like, subscribe to the channel. As we move on, this week it's international break, and Premier League is back the next week. Anyway, stay safe. Road to 100 subscribers continues. Stay safe. God bless. Cheers. See you in the next upload.